What's up, guys? It's Captain Rex Production 72 back with a long awaited another episode of collecting all the Lego Star Wars, the complete saga minifigures in Lego. If you're unfamiliar, this is a series where I aim to collect all the playable minifigures from Lego Star Wars, the complete saga, be it the official Lego versions, because some of them were, or custom minifigures, which, can be fun to try and track down and, find someone who's actually making them. And this is the first episode in quite a few months. There's a reason this has been held up. It's some of the minifigures I've had to find for this have had to be pre-ordered from manufacturers, and they can take, up to 8 weeks alone just to ship out, and a lot of them ship from foreign countries, so it takes a while. Not to mention, I've just been busy. Some of these minifigures came in a while ago. But anyway, so you'll notice we have a new stand, which is looking great. It's a lot more different. It's more accurate. I took inspiration from, when you're playing the game and you in the canteen and you go into a story level and you want to click free play, it comes up all those little character icons, right? Now this is laid out that way because the way I had it previously, the Chewbacca minifigure, he's the end of the first row, but another stand he was like midway through or at the end of the second row, which made absolutely no sense. It's better fitted this way, and I've actually got an extra row, which is a bit of a happy accident, but it means we can have like a mini kit there, a gold brick, red brick kind of thing, purple stud. I don't know. I may eventually take the time to do things like that, but we'll see where it goes. In other news, I'm actually going to be changing the format of these episodes and how it's going to be done. I want to do more editing. I want to talk more in depth about certain things, which means, I'd like, but I don't want these to be too long. So the way it's going to work is, take, for example, say I was doing a something on a custom minifigure. Now, there's going to be two ways I'm going to do that. So say I was to buy just Ki-Adi-Mundi by himself, right? He would be the one minifigure in that episode. That's it. Give him his own episode. But say I was to buy Ki-Adi-Mundi and a Attack of the Clones Mace Windu, minifigures that go together. They would be in their own episode. Or say I was to get the Force Ghosts, I would do all of those together, or a bunch of Han Solos, something like that. They would all be in one episode. Another way we're doing it is, say I was to buy a bunch of Lego figures like, Tusken Raider or Bespin Guard, official Lego ones, I would do all of them in their own episode. All in an episode together. The custom ones are more so getting focused on because they're like the highlight of this. Yes, there's some really cool official minifigures in this, but the custom ones are what make it. And, it's been such a while. This episode, I wanted to do something really cool. So I've got two minifigures that are swap outs because they weren't accurate and one was a bit damaged. The other one's a really cool minifigure, and this is one of those ones in the custom community that I thought I'd have a lot of bother finding. But to be fair, I've currently got quite a few minifigures on pre-order that I didn't think I'd find people making, or, I'd have to track down, used custom minifigures or something like that, which one of these is. So the first thing we're going to be swapping out in today's episode is this Astromech, this Imperial one. This one is a bit later than the one that should be there. This one's from the Death Star from 08 in the 2011 Advent Calendar. That should be swapped out for this one right here, because this one here has, the dome print doesn't come all the way down, that kind of classic early 2000s look. You lift them up, put them back down. There is nothing on the back because there wouldn't be. So let's get those swapped out. This minifigure, for those wondering, is from the 06 Star Destroyer. And that minifigure fits in there really nicely. So our second one, I already took the old version off of it. But the next one we're going to swap out is the Stormtrooper. So the one I had on there was the correct version. It was the correct year, but it was a yellowed one that I'd gotten a lot. And here is a better condition one. It is the Stormtrooper from 2001. And 2001 was the first year for Stormtroopers. It has that mustache print. It's got that classic Lego, blaster with the translucent stud. Flip him around. He has just got the standard back print because Stormtroopers were some of the first figures to have that. And if I take him around again and hopefully take off that helmet without problem, he has a yellow head, which is quite normal at that time. I mean, some of the TIE pilots had the brown minifigure heads. Some of them had really weird facial expressions as well. But this minifigure goes all the way over here on this row. Weird how he's there, but, these Imperials are there. But I'm assuming maybe in this gap that goes along, there'll be some more Imperials. I don't have it measured off the top of my head. And then, yes, there is a Joker's Goon minifigure there. So, the minifigure that I have got for this episode that is custom, and again, this, the only reason we're adding this one here and that one there was just, those needed refreshed. But like I said, going forward, when I'm buying a trio like the Force Ghosts, they'll all be done together. Or when I'm buying a bunch of Jedi, they'll be done together. But, individual custom minifigures, I will try to give their own episodes unless they're part of a group that I've bought. Hopefully what I'm saying here makes some sense to you. But this minifigure is a Jedi, and this is one of those ones I thought will be hard to find. Because I'd found a few custom places had made this minifigure in the past, but none of them were currently selling. I had to find one on eBay. And this minifigure, funny enough, the complete saga, there are some changes among the minifigures between the original games like Lego Star Wars 1 and 2 before they were merged to be in the complete saga. And this is one of the ones that had a difference. So she originally had orange legs, but now has brown to be complete saga accurate. We have complete saga style Shaak Ti. So this minifigure is made by Brick Rebellion. Brick Rebellion made those two Luke Skywalkers there. That one over there. He's made a few minifigures that are going to start to appear throughout this that I've just not shown off yet. It's a pretty cool looking minifigure. You can find Brick Rebellion on Instagram. He's made some brilliant stuff. Like I said, I've got the thing with Brick Rebellion. Obviously, I bought this one from eBay, but in general, the way he works is you pre-order them. He does wave drops, and I've got quite a few figures coming up in future episodes that are wave drops. But the thing with this minifigure is you can find quite a few people making her, but there's a catch usually. They do her with a hood, which personally I'm not a fan of. She does wear a hood sometimes, but it's not the way I'd go about it. This piece is quite hard to replicate. Now, some people will just use the official one from 2011, which, there's quite a difference. You flip around, there's no back print on this. That's a wonderful Leku piece they've got done there. The printing on that is really well done, really happy with it. Looks apart. Don't have a lightsaber with this one, but I'll probably add one to her eventually. There's a few figures on here who need, accessories and stuff. It's that style of blaster like what the Stormtrooper has, that, the clones have, that's correct. So, figures like, for example, I'm trying to find a good example, one that needs changed. It's primarily just the more, something, not really changed, but something just needs added, Leia needs one. Anyway, it's a good looking minifigure, definitely one of the harder ones to get. Mostly because they're not made often. In fact, ironically, Brick Rebellion just released this again. But different, so it's just kind of good. But, really happy with this minifigure. Take her, she goes here, in between these two Jedi there. Which is nice, because this is where Ki-Adi-Mundi would go. It's a nice little trio of Jedi, especially, the fact they're all alien Jedi. That kind of makes it even cooler. So, since it's the first episode in quite a while, here's what's missing, and here's what I've been able to find. So I've been able to find a place that does the Force Ghosts. Been able to find the Death Star Trooper Han Solo from episode 4, right? Things like that. The one minifigure I've not been able to find yet is a Queen Amidala, right? And, the one that would maybe go here. But I've been able to get, Battle Padme, Endor, Luke. I've been able to find and get a hold of all of them. Again, I managed to pre-order things like Kaminoans and stuff, so you'll see them down the line. The Ugnaught. I've actually, despite the fact I've not made an episode of this in months, I've actually have been looking out in places, trying to find different things. I've got a Palace Guard on the way as well. And these are some future episodes. Obviously, all of these are pre-orders. There's two main companies I tend to go with this. So also, there's things I find random on the internet for sale, like these two Luke Skywalkers. They are Brick Rebellion, but someone was reselling them here in the UK on eBay. He's Australia-based. So with him, it's, say he's doing, say Brick Rebellion's doing those two Luke Skywalkers, right? He'll put them up, say, on the 20th of August, but you won't see those probably until October. Just the way it works, so he has to make them. He puts 100 slots available type thing. How pre-orders work. Boskman Customs, another guy on Instagram, he done the Illuminara that you see there. He did the Magna Guard, the Kidnapped Palpatine, the Captain Panaka that you see there. He done those minifigures. And with him, it's you order, you wait a couple of weeks and it's here, right? Obviously international shipping. I went and got a hold of a really big drop that he was doing. And I'll be keeping an eye on it for him. He sometimes does the occasional pre-order, like that Ayla Secure was one that he did. That one was a pre-order. But, this series should be more full steam ahead going forward. And, maybe, if I came across this figure, I'm sorting my collection, maybe that could be a future series, the Batman, because I found that's a very big community as well, the Lego Batman 1 stuff. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. I don't know when the next episodes will be out. I might just keep doing these for a little while, or I might make them, once or twice a month. I don't know. We'll soon find out. But hey, the series is up and running, and does it not look good on the stand? I think it does.